What did you just say?
I said the pipes are frozen because I couldn't wash my hands after having a poo.
Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. Happy 2025. It's currently the 11th of January and it's 5 o'clock in the morning. And I wanted to do a day in the life. I've already started late because I wanted to start doing weekly videos in 2025 where I just document my journey into prep, because officially this year is the year that I first step up on stage, which is actually mental to think, because in 2022 I decided to pull out of my prep and I told myself I'm going to give myself a really long off season. I'm going to compete in 2025. It's ages away and now the time is here, which it just makes me nervous. It makes me nervous, but also makes me excited. I was speaking to George the other day and he said there is no wellness girl that really records her journey from amateur to pro. I'm not aiming for pro level this year, but that's the ultimate goal. Weekly videos are coming out. They're probably going to be like either a day in the life, a full day of eating, but mostly like just vlogging my whole week. George and I have also started a joint channel. It's called It's swallowed air. What's the channel called?
BORNE Coaching.
BORNE Coaching channel. I'll link it in the description down below, where we'll be posting our content together, whether it's training, educational stuff, blah 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 blah. So today we are actually going and training legs together because we've got one session per week where we train together, which is very exciting. In this video as well, I'm going to run you through my plan of action moving forwards over the next couple of weeks, because I think I've actually decided my prep day. But without further ado, I'm going to put the camera down because the mornings are about us just spending some time together, reflecting, planning out the day. We've already been up since 4 because we just want it that bad. We're going to have on meal 1 and then I've got a very busy morning of work. Since being back in the UK after Thailand, I've honestly noticed myself get ill already. And the frustrating thing about it is for like 2 months before we went away, I was ill for like the literally 90% of it. We've ordered some glutathione again. Now this one's from Supplement Needs. And in case you've not tried glutathione before, I would recommend you get this ASAP, especially if you're someone prone to getting ill like me. This is really, really going to help with this. Now, glutathione is an antioxidant. So when we go through any sort of stress, or when, for example, we are in polluted areas, when we train too much, our body produces these things called reactive oxidative species. And then what happens is they just damage your body. Your body naturally produces glutathione in your liver, but if you have an illness on top of that, or if you have excessive exercise on top of that, it just can't seem to produce enough. So this is where glutathione supplementation comes in. The one that we've got is from Supplement Needs, and it's the liposomal one, which is the one that gets into your body a little bit easier. This is the one that I would recommend. A lot of people say this tastes like shit, but I actually really like the taste of it, weirdly enough. I'm weird like that. Even when I was a kid, I used to absolutely love like drinking medicines, and I'm not gonna lie, I used to pretend to be ill because I used to love the taste of Calpol, so I might just be a weird one, but get this in your stack. Another supplement that we don't actually another supplement that we don't actually have is the Immuno Pro, and I need to get that ordered because I've heard great things about it and I've not actually used it myself. But Immuno Pro is created to help boost your immune system, so if you're someone prone to getting ill, top tips from me to you for free. You're welcome. Another thing that's making me absolutely depressed right now is how cold it is outside. I think it's like -6 degrees today. Is it -6, George?
Yes.
-6. And I know this is very much like a first world problem sort of thing, but I'm just out here doing my own business, getting into my usual morning routine. George starts cooking up the breakfast. I go in and shower. Now look at this, right? I turn the shower on. And literally nothing. Literally no water. The pipes have frozen outside. What the hell? I'm sick of it. I just want to be back in Thailand now. And I know I'm going to be complaining, but I just can't seem to deal with this weather. I can't get warm at all. So now we're going to be stinky buddies today.
You smell already.
Do I actually? No, I had a shower last night.
You're alright, you don't smell.
2 nights ago. Maybe 3. Why do I look like a mega mind? Megamind with my forehead. What's wrong with my forehead? Let's do a say it or shot it, George.
Say it or shot it.
Ask me a question.
We do a cycle this year.
And just as an FYI, this is curcumin and glutathione. I am not, in fact, taking shots at 5 o'clock in the morning. Meal number 1, we've got 2 eggs, 100 mils of egg whites, spinach, kale, mushrooms, peppers, and 15 calorie mayo. So lighter than light mayo with a little bit of barbecue sauce and apparently a little bit of Diesel's hair, which is just standard procedure in this household. I like to have a protein fat meal in the morning, even in an off-season setting. And the reason for that is because it makes me feel really productive. I have a weird glucose metabolism where when I eat carbs, I tend to crash at times. Right now, I would say I'm pretty good. I've been monitoring my blood glucose, it's been pretty decent, but this makes me feel really productive in the mornings because I don't have a spike of glucose, I don't have a drop of glucose, and my mornings are the busiest times of my working block because that's when I do my check-ins, that's when I do startups, and yeah, I just want to make sure that I'm very alert for that. So this meal is absolutely stunning, season it well, and it's perfect. George, of course, has the exact same as me because you get really awkward in my videos, I've noticed.
No.
You don't say much at all, you're just winking at the camera.
Well, you're speaking, am I going to talk in the background?
You're meant to finish my sentences because we're one, okay, and we're coherent, and you're my other
so
half.
basically, if you watched a full day of eating on my channel, it's the exact same as what Vicky's eating. So go to my channel.
Shut up. This is also why we struggle to actually vlog together because I'm we literally live the same life. So when we were vlogging in Thailand, I just sat down and I was like, these are the same vlogs because we're just doing the same thing. There you go. Bon apple titties.
Longer if you do those things.
Mengi is my best friend. She is the only dog that I've ever met that will just do this. I can put you into any position. Give you more kisses. And all the people that say, oh, don't let a dog lick your face. You can lick on my face all you want, Mengi. Diesel, I can't open it. You have to go the front way. Let's go the other side. Right. Oh wait, I didn't open the car. Well, that was embarrassing. I don't mean to be dramatic, but it's actually minus 7.5 degrees Celsius. I am not living in the Arctic. I'm not. I'm living in the UK. It should be raining. It shouldn't be this cold. Oh, don't get me wrong. I love it when it's snow. There's a purpose for that. But this is absolutely ridiculous. And to top it off, we ran out of coffee. So I need to go for a little coffee run to Mackie D's. I refuse to do work without coffee. Am I right? I told myself I'm going to go on a little bit of a caffeine ban before I start prep. But I just don't see that happening right now, to be honest with you. I love coffee. I love the taste of coffee. I love how coffee makes me feel. I love coffee. Oh, I'm freezing! Mengi! I'm freezing! Oh, are you shivering? Diesel, you shivering? Nah, he's a big boy. 6:24 and we're listening to drill.
Now you got a bit of crust in your ear, picking it out. You ever had that?
No, I clean my ears.
Everyone has that. Shut up.
I clean my ears. If I clean my ears and you clean your ears, what's the difference in colour? Mine's crystal clear, yours is orange.
I actually touched my lip.
What are you doing?
Oh, I can't open the window. Gotta get out.
So what have you been trying to do?
Don't open the window.
Why are you touching the seat?
I'm just seeing if I can, do something to help the. No, I'll be okay. He sees me on my little hoodie and that.
Hoodie off, coffee acquired, which means business. First work block about to go down, and I know this is boring content, but at the same time this is my life and this is a day in the life, so this is what you are getting ultimately. I start work really early. I just find that this works best for me. I'm not an evening person, I never have been. Even when I was at uni, I would always prefer to do the majority of my study in the morning, so I would always wake up at 4 or 5 a.m. anyway, get a good chunk of work done, and then in the evening I know that I don't have to stress. I need to know that I basically prioritize my sleep. So if I do too many things in the evening, I know my brain is too wired to actually fall asleep. That'll cause me to have shit sleep. That'll cause me to wake up and feel tired and be unproductive. And it's this vicious loop. So yeah, I know a lot of people might look at this and think, oh my God, she's waking up at 4 a.m. What an absolute weirdo. And fair play, I look at myself like that too, but it works for me. So first thing that I do, obviously, have a coffee with George in the morning. We have a little catch up, talk about our feelings. Ah, cute. And then we'll have our meal one, have a coffee. We don't usually go out and get a coffee. We literally just ran out of coffee and I refuse to work, like I said, without it. Then to help me manage my busy head, the first thing that I will sit down and do is just open up my planner and write everything down that I need to do. I operate by writing things down. It works best for me. And then the other thing that I do is then I have certain Google Sheets for things like content. I work both on my computer and on here as well, but anything that I need to do on a given day is written here and it makes me feel so much better. So what I will do is I will literally sit down on a Sunday, fill anything out that I feel like needs to be remembered for the next week. When I work and I do anything in terms of check-ins, any programs that need to be done, any changes that need to be made, any calls that need to be booked in, I write them down straight away as well, because if you're someone that has ADHD, it's very easy to not necessarily forget things, but let things slip. My best bit of advice for you is if you are working from a desk, literally pop the thing in front of you. It's always here. And if you aren't working from a desk and you're doing things like placements, etc., you always have your phone on you, right? Or the majority of the times. What I would do at uni is I would literally say like, hey Siri, set a reminder for this and this date. Works wonders. So that is how I stay organized. On today's agenda, we have got a program to be sent out, a wellness girl joining the team. I think she'll be competing 2026, maybe 2027, which is very exciting. And then I have 3 calls back to back with 1 photo shoot client and 2 competing clients that we compete in this year, one of which is going to be aiming for an IFBB Pro card. And if you're listening to this, I won't say the name. Let's go. Let's get it. I'm trying to catch up with George, who is with Mango and Diesel, and this is the type of greeting I get from the dogs when they see me from afar. Hello! One thing I wanted to talk about is a topic that I've just covered on one of my calls, which is first time prep and feeling like you're not ready. George, what's your advice on that one?
Well, you're just never going to feel like you're ready. That's my opinion. Like, just go for it, especially your first season. Your first season is all about just getting on stage, seeing if you actually enjoy it. There's so many people that actually don't enjoy it, funny enough. So actually going through the process, seeing if you enjoy it, see where you're at, and then build momentum from there to progress next time to become better. That's how I think the first time we should approach it. Because if you're like, oh, I'm never going to be ready, I never have as much muscle, you're going to say that every single time. Trust me, you're going to add more muscle to your frame, and then you're like, I'm still not big enough. Then you're going to add more muscle, a couple of years time, still not going to be good enough. There's never going to be a moment where you're going to be good enough, trust me.
And that's actually exactly what I said on the call.
Try.
You know, even like top Olympians, they've always got room for improvement. That's the part of bodybuilding. As a first timer, you don't know what you're going to look like when you lean. Like, the whole purpose of your first time prep is, of course, be competitive, aim to do well, aim to play, but know that the first season is about seeing whether you like it, you know, testing the waters with what a prep is like, seeing how your body responds, and then it's getting up on stage, getting feedback from the judges, going into an off season and doing it all again. Like, you should really enjoy the process, and the more pressure you apply to yourself right now, the more it's going to take away from the fun of doing it. I'm one of these people where I could be in a constant off season because I constantly just want more for myself. It's an amazing mindset to have because I'm a perfectionist, and you know, the physique that I bring will ultimately be a good one, but sometimes it's about just giving it a go, seeing how you do, and then going again. Stop being scared to fail, because the only thing that you can do from failure is actually just learn and be better. So we've just gotten to the gym. I feel like I haven't actually vlogged today much, but this video is probably already like an hour long anyway, because I can talk for days. Today we have got the calf raise, adductor, leg extension, horizontal leg press, gymnaco hack, and lying Cybex ham curl. I have run this session for pretty much the entirety of this off season, to be honest with you. The only thing that have really changed, or the only only things that have really changed is the gym that we have trained at. So currently we are training at old school gyms here in Stoke. We have switched up gyms, which is the only thing that's really, like I said, changed within my training plan. Now, the key to progress is running the same split for as long as possible up until you basically stall on those exercises. Because I've changed gyms, it also means I've changed the equipment that I've used, and that also means that my body's had a little bit of a different stimulus. So this is the second time I'm running this session within this gym. I already know my baseline numbers more or less, and let me just tell you, this session literally wipes me out. I'm changing fucking accents right now. This is probably the only session where I feel like I really train past failure, because I do train with George, and that's one of the things that's really important to manage as a wellness athlete. Training legs 3-4 times a week is just managing that volume really well. So as you can probably see, I won't be doing many sets in today's session, but I do absolutely send them. And when you train to failure, just know that you do not have to train 50 million exercises per session. So I will stop rambling. I will get into my mobility because I really want to make sure I warm up well, and then we are going to go into today's session. I'll probably do a voiceover, maybe a little music video thing. I won't be talking today's session because I want to get locked in, head down, because we've got fucking progress to make.
The blitz.
Come on. Yeah, come on.
Session's done. It started off really well. I was really hyped for it, really excited. I was like, I'm gonna be Miss Olympia one day, and then it went downhill from there. I don't really know what happened. I think I was trying to like record reels and whatnot, and that just completely threw me off. So I started getting frustrated because I was stuttering and all of this shit, and yeah, it just shows the importance of actually being locked into your session. But what I actually told myself, I know this sounds really probably hippie and really stupid, is that these situations when things go tits up, they're always like a test from the universe, and they sort of separate those who succeed compared to those who fail. You know, everyone goes through hard time, and the people that are successful, the people that take that adversity and move with it. So I was like, right, Vix, okay, this is just your test. If you pass it and carry on your session strong, you'll get to where you need to get to. So hopefully I'll fucking get my pro card next week, because otherwise this test I failed. So I did manage to get check-in shots at the gym, because truthfully, I just wanted to go home and eat. I wanted to come up with an actual excuse for it, but I actually just wanted to go home and eat. This is my current physique update. To be honest with you, I am not like entirely happy with how I'm looking at the moment, but given the circumstances, it's actually pretty decent. So just for reference, in December, George and I went to Thailand for 3 weeks. I probably trained around 4 times, like maximum. Also, obviously everything was untracked, so we just enjoyed our holiday, because that's one thing that's really important for us. We are all into bodybuilding. When we are in the UK, when we travel, or like throughout the year, we are so dialed in that sometimes it's just important for us to take a step back and be present, be in the moment, and just be like a normal human. I needed that, had a great time, was ready to get back and get things started. Obviously, if you don't train and if you don't track your food, naturally your body is going to change. Also, as a female, one thing that's really, really important is to actually understand that your body will look different at different phases in your cycle. I am so in tune with my body, and I know exactly how it responds at different phases. And I know the phase that I'm in at the moment, which is actually ovulation, it's not even pre-cycle. It's just the time where I tend to retain quite a lot of water and I do get a little bit of a bloat. So without further ado, this is a very honest and transparent physique update. There is no hiding, there is no washing about. I'll do relax shots and then I'll do kind of post shots. This is me 2 weeks into training, 2 weeks into January now. I think it's like the 13th of January when I'm filming. And we're looking all right. You know, we're looking all right. I do feel much fuller, to be honest with you, since I started training. It's only been 2 weeks and sort of like, I would say, I don't know, 4 or 5, 6, let's just say 7 sessions into the year. So I am still looking a little bit, I won't say chunky, but I am definitely retaining quite a lot of water. I don't feel quite like dense yet, but definitely a little bit fuller. And then we're hitting the wellness shots. I'm telling you, the moment that moves, it'll fall. If I move and that moves with me.
Well, so far so good. Don't move them.
I can't stay still. On to the part that everyone wants to know, aka when am I starting prep? First thing that I did want to say before that is I've just edited my check-in pictures or my check-in video, and I realised I was being really negative about myself. Now this is something that I am very much prone to. I am very self-critical and I'm such a perfectionist that I always want more. This is a really good trait for me to have, absolutely, because I know that that leads to constant progression, whether it's in bodybuilding or life or whatnot. But also it can be something that really drives me into the ground and just causes me to be miserable. It's something that I want to address before I go into prep, because when I go into prep brain hits and it only gets worse. And if you're someone like me that constantly looks at their physique and thinks that they are not ready to compete, listen to this. First of all, you are what you think you are. If you think you're shit, you're going to be shit. If you think you're great, you're going to be great. Like, your reality is ultimately what you think. So address that, and then your emotions regarding yourself are going to change. The second thing that's really important to consider is, who are you comparing yourself to? Because I know for me, I'm comparing myself to the top wellness pro. It's stupid, it's toxic, I shouldn't be doing it. I'm so aware I shouldn't be doing it, but still subconsciously that's what goes through my head, because ultimately that is where I want to be in a couple of years down the line. Right now, I know I can't compare my chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 10. Now these girls that are pro, most likely they've put way more years into this than I have. Number 2, they are also doing things that I am not willing to do, especially at this current point in my journey. What I'm on about specifically is the PD aspect of things. Like, I know these girls push things that I probably will never ever even push. And if you are a natural athlete, or you're like me that's pretty much only utilized fat burners or lipolytics, then you need to understand that girls that do use assistance are going to have an advantage and are going to look a way that you are most likely not going to look. And that's okay. That's not to say that you should be going down that route. It's just important not to compare to those girls. And by the way, I'm not discrediting any single woman that might have gone down that route, because realistically, further down the line, that is most likely something that I will do. And I very much appreciate that you need to have the genetics for it, and they need to obviously put the work in to look the way that they do. But what I am saying is, you know, you can't compare to someone that's doing something completely different to you. So that is the mindset I'm really trying to adopt. So scrap whatever I said about my check-ins. I am really proud of myself, and I do think that I've come so far since 2022. Now, anyway, ramble, onto the part of when am I going to start prep. So first and foremost, this lovely man right here is actually going to be guiding my prep, because I want to go into prep and just simply think, and no, I don't want to think, I just want to do and not think. Like, I execute, George does the thinking for me. He has planned my prep to start at the end of March, so I've got around 8 or 9 weeks left in this improvement phase. Currently, my macros and expenditure is as follows. On the training day, I am on around 2,500 calories. On a rest day, around 2.5 2.3, closer to 2.4. The reason for that is because I train legs 4 times a week. So on my rest days, I need to make sure I recover well. My scale weight is currently going up a little bit quicker than what I would usually have hoped for in an improvement stage, but that is literally because I've returned back to training and I'm now eating 5 meals, which is what I wasn't doing that basically when I was in Thailand. So food volume, water retention, glycogen storage is causing that scale weight to increase. I know that's going to level out on the calories that I'm on, you know, in a couple of days time. Then the other thing that I'm doing is 10,000 steps, 0 CV work, and training split wise, I'm doing 4 lower sessions with 2 glute and hamstring focus sessions, 1 full leg session and 1 glute pump session where I'm only doing around 4 exercises of high rep glute work, and then 1 upper session in the mix where I'm literally just doing pretty much delt work and rear delt work, no back work because I don't need it. So that is pretty much where I'm at the moment. I am so excited to be getting into prep, to be honest with you, and I wanted to record sort of like the next couple of weeks and how I'm going to be approaching that in terms of just my mindset, my organization, my routine to just really set me up perfectly going into prep. And I cannot believe that I'm saying this, but prep is about to start and I will be vlogging the entirety of it. That is pretty much it for this video. If you have liked it, please make sure to hit the like button. If you want to comment whatever you like. What should they comment, George? Only nice things, please.
Phone.
Comment phone if you've got to this part of the video. I will be releasing videos every Wednesday, so make sure to hit that subscribe button as well, and I will see you in the next one.
Well done. You did it.